Hey guys, I'm Mike and he's Jay from We Watched the Movie, and we're going to review Prisoners today. We're taking a break from the horror shit to get into more horror shit, because it's not a horror movie, but there's a lot of horror in this movie.
Dude, you smell like straight up wine.
I drank some wine.
I know, you smell like Merlot. You're a Greek god.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie.
Prisoners, what happens, I mean, you can tell from, if you've seen the trailer, you can tell what happens. Hugh Jackman and Terence Howard's kids get abducted, and Jake Gyllenhaal's the guy on the case, and they go through a twisty-turny road trying to find him. A whole bunch of shit happens, and I mean, that's really it. I mean, there's not a whole lot more to it, but there is a whole lot more to it, but I can't tell you a whole lot more to it because that would give things away.
Thank you, Oreo.
Give me back my son!
Give me the money. Yeah, so, this movie is a mix to me of, I guess, a little bit like Seven, in a way, with Ransom. I mean, it really is Mel Gibson. I would say, I say Ransom as far as like, there's nobody trying to, they're not abducting these kids and ask for money. It's more like the performance that Hugh Jackman gives is a lot similar to how Mel Gibson portrayed the guy in Ransom. It's like this over-the-top, manic guy, obsessed with finding his kid, just no matter what, you want to shoot me, like that kind of attitude. It's kind of like throughout the entire movie, that's like Hugh Jackman is. And Jake Gyllenhaal does an awesome job. He's an awesome actor too. And Terence Howard, for what he is, he does good too. But Hugh Jackman is what anchors this fucking movie.
It's too bad that he couldn't just go to Professor Xavier and be like, hey, can you get in the Cerebro and find my daughter real quick? But yeah, no.
Who doesn't want that?
No. First off, Hugh Jackman.
What's my future?
Like you said, Hugh Jackman was absolutely. He somehow, and you guys know I have a little girl. He somehow like managed to find a place in this movie to where he actually, like, his performance equaled what you would imagine you would be going through in that same situation. Like, anybody can do that, like, oh, my daughter's missing, I'm screaming and I'm crying or whatever. But, like, just the little things that he does, the things he says, it's how you imagine you would actually feel in that situation. Like, I mean, he actually reaches that level of emotion that is unthinkable for any dad anywhere, and he somehow goes to that place, and that it's one of the best acting performances I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, ever.
The thing is, with Hugh Jackman in this film, I mean, I've always liked him as an actor. I think he was perfect. I mean, who doesn't love him in Les Mis, whatever it was. Great singer.
Balls.
But yeah, you're right. He does find a spot wherever actors go. Like, I guess similar to what Heath Ledger did for the Joker. He also shows like he struggles internally with the decision. Like, there's points in the movie where he makes the decisions to go all out and do whatever it takes, and it's over the fucking top. I mean, it's shit that. It's psycho almost, but he's struggling. It's not like he just does it out of fun or anything. He's not like, a fake actor going, oh yeah.
It's absolutely, as I say, it's one of the best performances I've ever seen in a movie. That's just how, I don't know how you reach that level of emotion that he brought to it. Because it wasn't just like fake emotion. Like, he was actually going through like the anger and the sadness and the confusion and all the shit like that. And I mean, it was just, I don't know, it just fucking floored me, like, watching him do it. Like, you felt like you were actually watching this happen, and how you would almost react to it. It's like I would almost react the exact same way. I probably would have said the exact same thing right there, but...
It's like watching Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. And then just the level of despair and fucking angst that he shows is absolutely, it's ridiculous. But Jake Gyllenhaal as well, he was awesome in this movie too. He didn't have as much to work with. I mean, he didn't have as much scenery to chew in it, but he brought a shitload to that character. And this movie did remind me, I know you say Seven, it reminded me of a David Fincher film, because of the darkness and shit that was in it, and the cinematography and the way it was shot and made, and the slowness of it and everything. And Jake Gyllenhaal was absolutely, man, he has this weird like little tics. He brings a whole lot to this character that they don't explain a whole lot about. You just know that he's the detective. This is all he does, and they say like he has a 100% rate of finding everybody. Like, he's never had a case go unsolved because this is his life. And like, he's he's dark and he's fucking like twisted and shit like that. Like, he's just in his own head, but he's on the narrow though. It's not like he's a bad guy. He's just this is his life. This is all he does, and he really freaking brings an amazing performance to the movie.
Yep, he's good.
He sure is well. Swell.
I mean, you said it all.
He looked like Donnie Darko.
I was actually going to say, I didn't think he looked like Donnie Darko. If you look at him the way he looks like this, he looks like Dave Grohl. Like, he just looks like this fucking burnout goddamn rocker that is like, fuck my life. It's just, yeah, you're right, he is dark and gritty in this. And that whole movie is dark and gritty. It's not like a happy-go-lucky, even though they started up, as seeming to be, it's going to be kind of happy-go-lucky, because they're just setting the scenery, showing you that, hey, these people are happy, everything's okay, and then all of a sudden these fucking RVs out there, and these two little girls get kidnapped, and no one knows what's going on. They bring in Jake Gyllenhaal, who's, like Mike said, he's got 100% rate. He's always going to find or solve the case no matter what. But he becomes obsessed too with this case, I think, and he's trying his best because it's not just a point, I think, that he wants to find him so much. It's also a point of pride for him.
Yeah.
Like he prides himself on finding these things and solving these things.
Yeah.
And he's determined as fuck. I mean, he does everything he can to do everything he can.
Yeah, and sometimes he's wrong. I mean, like, this movie's not flawless, but it's like, they don't have this, like, I'm a perfect detective. Like, he makes mistakes, and it costs him at certain points in the movie. And, like, you see the anguish that he goes through without him going, like, I'm so upset because I fucked everything up. He doesn't have to say it. He's such a good actor.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
The way he acts, it comes across perfect.
Well, that's why I say it, because he has pride.
Yeah.
Like, there was obviously one part in the movie where something happens, and he gets super fucking pissed, and he goes in and he starts breaking his shit off his and you just see all this anger and rage that's coming out of him. And it's so good. I mean, another one that I don't think. I mean, I like him too, but he just really didn't add anything to the movie to me. Was Terence Howard. I mean, Terence Howard's a good actor, and I understand why he's in it because he's the dad of the other dog that goes missing. But he's there and he's not there.
Yeah.
He's there for maybe the good guy or something. I don't know, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Terrence Howard fan, but I see I agree with what you're saying there. He was just kind of like. I mean, he was kind of the yin to Hugh Jackman's yang. Like, Hugh Jackman's willing to go all out and do all this shit, and he just kind of wants to be upset and be with his family almost in a way. But he's also willing to do anything. He's just really he regrets it a whole lot. But
he reaches a point where he's done.
Yeah.
Like, he said it's enough. And so, I mean, that's okay. The only I didn't like about this movie was I thought it was fucking long as fuck. I mean, this movie clocks in at 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I thought it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I had fun watching it, and I was interested, and the movie was flowing well, but there was a lot of scenes that I just didn't think they needed it. And they could have probably cut out 20 minutes for me, and I would have been happy with maybe 25 minutes. Because some of it, I know what they're doing, and they're setting it up for a slow burn, and they don't want you to know what's going on. They're trying to do this, but it just fucking kept going and going and going, and I became a prisoner in the theater. I just couldn't move. I couldn't get out.
I disagree. But no, I'm just kidding.
Well, you had a big goal. You were in for the counter. You had a big old goddamn soda. I was like,
you could have had some.
I didn't
would have got you an
soda.
extra straw. It would have been, it would have been weird.
gay.
No, it would have been weird. Yeah. So, but no, this movie, I gotta tell you guys, I don't know what's being a dad or what, but just, it's so damn dreadful, but it's so damn hopeful at certain moments, and so much shit happens. It's not your standard like. It's kind of art housey in a way, like the way it's shot and stuff like that. But they actually pull off some twists in this movie that you never fucking see coming. I mean, the way they tell the story, there's no plot holes in it whatsoever. They pull off several twists that are plot hole free. You can't believe what you're watching at certain points in the movie. And I'm telling, I don't know. I told my wife, I was like, I know you would like this movie, and I might take you back to see it. I don't know if I can watch it again. It put me through too much shit. Like, my insides feel like a fucking trash bag right now.
like spaghetti.
Yeah, I mean, it put me through a lot in this movie. Like, it's an emotional journey, and it's not like a feel-good story or anything like that. But there's moments when you think that everything is lost, and then there's moments when you think that there's a hope, and then it just fucking takes you on this insane ride, and it's just, you never see it coming. There's nothing generic or unoriginal about this movie whatsoever. Especially with such a simple premise, you think it would be, but it's not.
Well, I think that the movie is entertaining. The plot is simple. It's not over the top. It's not different than, I mean, it's been done a million times. These kind of stories have been done, but it is entertaining. It does flow well. I just think it's a little long for me. Sometimes I went into a coma. Sometimes I didn't. But the acting is solid enough to where it keeps you guessing. And they don't reveal anything. They do a good job of not doing that. But it's just like, come on, man. It's like it's like a Hot Wheel track. You're gonna go fucking great, and then you're gonna go straight, and then you're gonna go fucking it's another loop.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it added that stuff where they covered everything. I mean, it added weight to the things that actually happened.
But you don't have to have like details of every single thing. They could have left most of it to the imagination, and they don't have to explain like every single fucking detail about everything.
I liked it.
Well, it's good.
I liked it.
But I mean, I won't say I don't like long movies because Mike and I are both a fan of The Postman. That fucking got hammered, but I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, this movie is just, I don't really even know what to say about it other than it's some of the best acting performance I've ever seen. They really take the situation and do it justice, and it's not your average by the numbers kidnapping story. I mean, they've done kidnapping movies before, but never with twists, never with the story that this falls into. That's never been done
Ransom
before.
had twists and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not like this, man. This was like well thought out. Like, the Ransom was, I mean, it was still a popcorn movie. As fun as and awesome as it was, I love that fucking movie. But this was just way more. To me, this was way more deep and way more realistic.
I mean, I guess you could say Ransom. This movie to Ransom is more. It's grittier. It's like Ransom, but it's just grittier.
Yeah, it's more realistic.
It's more hard edged.
But yeah,
it's like a fucking cold November day.
But yeah, I mean, I give this is my favorite movie of the year so far. I give it a 10.0.
Get your fucking ass craziness. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I thought it was a good movie. I thought the acting was solid. Definitely somebody's gonna get an Academy Award if Wolf of Wall Street doesn't beat that out. Fucking yeah, Leonardo. But I still think it's fun. I think it's entertaining. I think they could have cut out a little bit. They could have cut out some of the film. I mean, at the end, it just ends like somebody walked over the set. It's like, all right, fucking done. Seriously, I'm pulling the plug.
But I think what that was, and I won't give away an spoiler here. But I think I know what you're saying. I think that they did that though because the ending that they would have. If they would have, you know what happens. I mean, it's not like they really leave anything hanging, you know. And I think if they had fleshed out and shown you exactly what happened, it would have felt almost. I can't say the word. I can't say the adjective I'm saying because it would give things away. But you'll know if you watch.
Well, I know. I'm saying. Well, that's fine, but they fleshed out way too much. I think you can. It's just like a big fat cow that it's too much meat. I can't have all this. Just give me some of it. Give me the nice flank.
Yeah, I mean, it's an emotionally draining movie, but
that's all. I think if you got to sum it all up, the movie is disturbing. It's unnerving.
Yeah, I've never seen a movie that I've liked so much that I may never be able to watch again.
It's sporting. I had to rhyme something else. But yeah, it's fun and acting's superb. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess that leads us to our question today, guys. What is the best acting performance you've ever seen of anybody of all time ever?
Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump.
That's a really good one.
That was amazing.
I would take time to think about it right now. Where I'm on how this movie. Dude, Hugh Jackman performance is one of the best I've ever seen. I mean, it was.
Or then again,
just, I know. I'm a dad and stuff like that. But when you just was saying being a dad, when I try to imagine something like that happening to my daughter, and I think of like the level I would go to, like the level of craziness that would put me through. Like you think the unimaginable. Like I can't imagine. I can't possibly fathom it because it's too upsetting. But when I see him act that, when I saw Hugh Jackman act that out, I was like. That is the level beyond all levels that I think I would go to. So, I mean, that's why right now,
based on your real life situation, anybody's going to relate to it differently. Yeah. So you're going to love it because you can relate to it a lot easier versus me, where I don't have children. I'm going to look at it in a different way. It's still a great movie, but you're going to have more of an emotional investment in the movie because it could happen to you. But and also, I didn't think about that one. Tom Hanks is awesome in Forrest Gump, but also, Jack Nicholson, dude, in the fucking Shining, or Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No, that's a great performance.
Great
stuff.
Great,
really great stuff.
Knock you out with mama.
What to do with it, so. But yeah, so that's it for us, guys. 10.0 for me, 8.5 for Jay. What did you think about Prisoners? Also, let us know below. And I'm Mike. He's Jay. We'll see you guys next time on our.
Why the fuck do they name it Dirt Devil?
What is Dirt Devil?
Dirt Devil. The vacuum.
Dyson.
Dyson.
We watched a movie.